Hey everyone, welcome back to the Story World Survival series. So, we've been getting up to a whole bunch of really fun stuff in this world. In the background there, oh, you can kind of see it. We built the apiary, which is a really cool new build. It's where we're going to keep our bees and produce our beeswax and honey. It was a really fun build. I had a great time with it. We kind of experimented with a new color palette and some fun different shapes, and it sort of got a little out of hand, but it was a really fun build. So if you haven't watched that episode, go back and watch that episode. Today I definitely have a build in mind, but I also wanted to do, some maintenance, some chores, do some trading, and I also really wanted to get out and explore. We've been in this world for over 500 days, and I feel like we've only ever really explored in one direction, and we haven't found some of the biomes that I find more or less essential for certain types of building. We've never found a desert, we've never found a mangrove swamp, we've never found a I think it's a mesa or a Badlands. I can't remember which one it is, but the one with all the terracotta and the red sand. We've never found any of those biomes, and I really wanted to get out there and sort of look around and see what else is out there. So definitely want to do some exploring today, in addition to some chores and some, oops, I always do that, and some trading. So I'm going to kick off the episode with a little bit of base maintenance. So we're going to feed the cows, we're gonna do the crop fields and everything. We're gonna get everything all sorted, and then we're gonna head out on some adventures, and we're gonna see what's out there and what we can find. And we're gonna go in a totally different direction, because every time I've gone exploring, I've gone this way. For some reason, this way just kind of calls to me, but I want to get out there and go maybe this way or this way, and just see what else is out there, because I feel like when we were looking for a jungle, it took us so long to find one, and I feel like if we go in a different direction, maybe we'll find some stuff closer to us. I don't know, but it's definitely worth kind of getting out there and checking out what else is out there. So definitely going to jump into that in just a moment. Just let me do some maintenance, and then I'm also going to do some trading, because I was hoping to pick up another mending book or two today, so that way we could get some mending on our armor and our sword. So everything's going to be, basically permanent, and we're not going to have to worry about it breaking. So yeah, let me fire away on these chores, and we'll jump into the adventuring in just a minute. Okay, so we just got a whole bunch of stuff done. We bred up the cows, we knocked out the wheat field, I did a whole bunch of trading. I created 2 Fletchers in here and traded a ton of sticks, as well as going over to the Fletcher in this village over here and trading a bunch of sticks, and the cleric and trading a bunch of rotten flesh. So I was able to get 4 mending books, which is great. I enchanted the chest plates, the pants, and the boots with mending, and I named them. So we've got the Ignis chest plate, which has fire protection. Ignis, I think, means fire in Latin or something, or I don't know. So Ignis, we've got just the sturdy pants because they got the protection and the breaking and now mending on them. So those are pretty solid pants. And then because these guys have Depth Strider on them, I called them diving fins. I think that's pretty funny. I also named I got Sweeping Edge on my sword, and I named it Umbra. If you get that reference, please comment down below and say where it's from, because I don't want to say it. I want to see if other people get that reference. It's definitely not a deep cut, but you know, not a shallow one either. So now that we've gotten all the chores done, you know, feeding the animals, getting our food sorted, and doing the trading and the enchanting we wanted to do, I think it's time to set out on our little adventure. And I'm thinking this direction is kind of calling to me this time. I sort of want to go like this way, you know, and get away from the mountains and the cherry biomes and everything. So I'm going to head off in this direction, and, you know, if cool stuff happens or I find a new biome or something, I will cut you guys in. And yeah, we'll just do some exploring and see what else is out here. All right, we got a little more cherry biome. Not a bad thing, but I've got a lot of cherry biome around me, so I'm not feeling like this is even noteworthy. Whoa, what are you doing? You need to be burning. Why are you not burning? Wow, that sweeping edge. Woof. It does it on there. Oh, we've got another little village here. Let's check it out. See what's going on over here. Got any goodies? Nope. Got a whole bunch of villagers with jobs, which is cool. Nothing in there, too. Interesting. What about in here? What is going on? Why is there not a single chest in this village? Oh, you know what I can grab that would be kind of useful? Let's grab the brewing stand. Just so that way I could make another cleric and have one closer to me. That would be pretty cool. So we'll grab that. What's up with this building? This is the Fletchers, which I'm going to leave. I don't want to mess with that. I think having an extra Fletcher nearby wouldn't be a bad thing. Not that I'm going to come all the way over here to trade sticks when I can just make more Fletchers. Really? Really? A single gold nugget? I'll take the apples for sure. Everything else... Oh, and maybe the feather. I know that seems like a weird thing to take, but I still have yet to get some chickens going, so any extra feathers for more arrows is not a bad thing. Nothing. Wow. Kind of a underwhelming village, to be honest. Not really a lot going on there. All right, got some flower forest, which is cool. Good to know for any sort of detailing work I want to do. I'm hesitant to grab any just because I don't know if I'll discover something else, but maybe on our way back, if we don't have a lot of other stuff, we can grab a bunch of flowers. Ugh, more cherry biome, my god. All right, a little more acacia. All biomes I've already found. Besides maybe the flower forest. I mean, I think I had found one. Maybe on that crazy long trip we went on to find bamboo. But, you know, more acacia ain't a bad thing. I really don't build with acacia very often, but maybe my next build should be something with more acacia wood, especially if we have this much. I mean, we're not terribly close to base anymore. I think we're about 1,000 blocks out, but good to have this somewhat nearby. Okay, we've reached a body of water, which is always kind of exciting because I feel like the biggest biome changes happen when you're, um, when you cross a body of water. You can have things go from like regular forest to frozen tundra, or from, desert to jungle. So let's head out this way and see what's happening. I'm trying to stay in just one direction because I find I have the best luck finding different things when I just go in one direction as opposed to zigzagging all over the place. So we'll see where this leads us. Oh, we've got some tropical fish below us. Hey, guys. Oh, man, I should have brought a bucket. Does that mean that there's a warm ocean somewhere nearby? Oh, this is horrifying. I am terrified of the ocean. Oh, there's a shipwreck over there. I'm not messing with that. I'm really not. I know we can get buried treasure and everything. I mean, I don't have any doors or anything on me, so I think I'm not gonna mess with that right now. And maybe we'll hit it up another time. Okay, wait, we got something coming up here. What do we got? That looks like just a regular forest. No, wait. No, I think that's a jungle. Oh my god. Was there really a jungle this close? I mean, it's not super close, but this is way closer than where I had to go for, oh my god. Oh, and look at all the bamboo. Oh. Oh my god. Well, okay, so there's a jungle not too far away, which is awesome if we want more jungle wood or anything. Let's hit land here and maybe start going on foot again, because that was a pretty big body of water, honestly. Wonder if there's pandas. That would be so cool. Not that I really know what to do with them right now, but this looks like a bamboo forest or a bamboo jungle, not a regular one, because I mean, look at the quantity of bamboo, my god. Oh, we've got an azalea tree here, which means there must be a lush cave. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen a lush cave generate below a jungle biome like that. Oh, oh. Oh, yes, a desert. And I think that's a Badlands. Oh, that's awesome. That was more or less exactly what I was looking for. I really just want cactus and terracotta. Oh, yeah, there's some cactus right here. Oh, that's great. Because I love green dye. I think using green dye or green, like, terracotta is really awesome in build. So let me grab these. I'd end up grabbing a whole bunch of sand, but let's check out the Badlands over here. Is that another azalea tree? It is. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. Oh, we're definitely going to grab a whole bunch of terracotta. Is it this stuff that's the regular terracotta? Yeah. Let's get a bunch of this. It must be raining. It's so gray and foggy. That's weird. It's kind of creepy. Don't like that. Okay, we got a whole bunch of terracotta. I don't know where I got that birch sapling from. Let me toss that. I don't need that. Don't need the sticks. I might grab some of the... I kind of want the yellow. I mean, they're all cool, but the yellow is the only other one that generates, like, in a large chunk, you know? Because this is more regular, right? Yeah, that's more regular. And then there's the white, and is this red or orange? I think that's orange. We can also, we have so much of the regular, I'm fine with dyeing a bunch of it, but the yellow for some reason really interests me. So I want to grab just like a stack or two of the yellow. Okay, so we grabbed a whole bunch of good stuff. Let's keep looking around. Ooh, there's red too. Ooh. Is that red or is that the orange? That's orange. I don't know why, but I'm not really feeling the orange. I think I'm good on that. What else is around here? Is there any more cool stuff? Oh, there's the red. Yeah, there's the red. Here, wait, can I get into that? All right, we grabbed a whole bunch of red too, 2 stacks, so that should be enough. Let's see what else. Oh man, there's so much. There's so much. Holy crud. All right, let's see. What? Look at that dog. Oh my god. That's such a cool dog. Oh my god, I wish I had some bones on me. No, I don't have any bones on me. Darn it. Oh my god, that's such a cool dog. I would love to grab that dog. All right. Oh man, this is a huge area. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I am so down for it. What are the quartz? What are we looking at here? Like negative no, it's like 3,000 by 2,000 basically. Cool. All right. Let's see. Let's keep going. I think I came from this direction, I want to say, because I'm pretty sure that I came from over there. So let's keep going in this direction. I don't know if maybe I should grab some of this sand too. I just loaded up my pockets with that terracotta though. So we might have to think about, I mean, this already has been such a productive trip. Just finding all that terracotta was a huge step. So if we have to turn around soon because we don't have any more inventory space, I'm fine with that. Okay, I see mostly just a continuation of Badlands, which is awesome. I'm not at all upset about that. I'm so happy to have this nearby. To have cactus and terracotta is huge. I think I'm gonna toss the golden nugget and the single piece of dirt and the single arrow and maybe even the feather. I might toss that too. Like whatever, we'll get more feathers. It's a super easy thing to get. And then I'm just gonna clear up some of this sand so that way we can have a good supply of this stuff. Oh, a mineshaft. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Not messing with that. I don't have my bow. For some reason I left without it. I don't know why. But we know that's there. We'll address that in the future. I would love to get through there though, especially cuz there's usually like cave spider spawners in there, and that would be awesome to be able to get a whole bunch of string for more scaffolding. How much sand do we have? Probably enough. Cool stuff. All right, let's head back because that was super productive. It's so worth, you know, I was just constantly going in the same direction, and it was that old adage where it's like, you know, what is insanity but doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's what I was doing. I was just going in the same direction over and over again and expecting to like find something new or I don't even know. And it was well worth going in a different direction. And really the trick to exploring, which I'm learning now, is straight lines. Like just pick a direction and go in a more or less straight line. Don't double back, don't go in circles, don't zigzag, because you're just gonna end up bouncing between stuff that you like didn't expect or I don't know. And it really is, it's all about just going in straight lines and then you find new stuff. What is this structure? Oh, that's some suspicious sand. Ooh, there's a chest. Oh, but I can't get into it without breaking that suspicious sand. I don't. Oh, I should have kept that. Well, I don't have any copper on me. All right. Well, it's a mystery to be solved for another day. What are the chords on this? 1900 by 1900 by 1820. Okay. Or 820. I always do that. All right. Good to know. That's an interesting structure. Oh, we got a ruined nether portal here. What are we looking at? Oh, God. Oh my God. All right. Oh, some glistening melon. Cool stuff. Ooh, a golden apple. All right, we gotta drop something. Definitely that. Definitely want the iron nuggets. Don't need the sticks. Blast protection, thorns, curse of binding, curse of vanishing, mending. Yeah, we'll leave the rest of that. Gold tools just, there's no point, you know? They break so easy, and if there was a way to upgrade them beyond gold, that would be awesome. But it's just, I don't know. They're just not worth it. Okay, I ended up in another jungle, which I'm not quite sure how this connects. I might be going the wrong way. God knows I probably am, but I think I need to continue on foot from here. So let's pull up and let's start walking. All right, we have made it home. We have a pockets full of really cool, good stuff. I mean, it's 90% terracotta and red sand, but we also got cactus, which is huge, cocoa beans, which I think I may have already had, but it's good to have some more. Another brewing stand for a cleric villager in my little area, and a golden apple, which is awesome. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of really good stuff. I'm gonna throw down the brewing stand first thing just to get a cleric villager. All right, let's and they've got a rotten flesh trade, which is awesome. And hopefully between that cleric and the cleric I have over in the village, I can get an ender pearl trade, which would be awesome. Now let's throw down all this good stuff. And we should take stock of what we have for a potential build today. Jeez, where am I going to put... I mean, how much room do I... Oh, I have plenty of room in here. Okay. Terracotta. And that terracotta. And that terracotta. And then sand. And we should definitely... How much sand do we have? Oh, we got plenty of sand. We should definitely set up a just cactus area. Let's see. Plant stuff. Oh, I did already have cocoa beans. Oh well. Not a bad thing. Iron. Glistening melon. And the golden apple. Actually, I think I'm going to put the golden apple and the glistening melon in my magic chest. And then how do we want to do? I mean, for now, let's just throw down some cactus. We don't need to overcomplicate it. I think we'll definitely do a build in the future that's like a cactus farm, so that way we can just auto harvest it. But probably just, oh, there's a cat. Look at that. Probably just like right here, just like a little cactus farm. So perfect. Now we have infinite cactus, which means we have infinite green dye, which I'm so excited about because I love green dye. Now let's get some building supplies together. So first things first, actually, let's just smelt up the rest of that cactus. How much green dye do you get from one cactus? Does it only give you one? Only gives you one. Okay. All right. Well, that won't get us very far, but it'll get it's a start. Let's throw down that. And the dirt. Our boat. And then building supplies. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So we've got a bunch of andesite, some cobble, some mossy cobble, a little bit of oak, a few pieces of dark oak, a little bit of cobbled deep slate. Probably going to throw a few more stacks of oak logs in there. And then I think the andesite cobble, mossy cobble is a good combination. I think we probably need, yeah, we definitely need a little bit more deep slate. So that's on the shopping list. I definitely, now that we've got it, I definitely want to incorporate some of this terracotta into the build. So let me grab that stuff. Put this in here. And then I was going to dye some. What color should I dye it? I mean, I was thinking green. How much green terracotta is this going to get me? 56? It's actually not that bad. I'll take it. And then that leaves us a little bit left to... Do we have... Because I love, like, blue, too. Yeah, we do have some lapis. Ooh, yeah. Blue is cool. Ooh. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool stuff. Put down the dye. And put down terracotta. Cool. So we've got a bunch of cool colors of terracotta. And now we can, now that we've got all that terracotta too, we could really start using the clay that we gathered from the lush caves for bricks specifically. So I might quickly go pillar up and dig down this stack, and then just start smelting this into bricks so that way we're ready to go on some bricks, because I think some bricks and granite would be cool. Basically, the build I have in mind today is going to require a lot of different colors and textures. So having the terracotta, having different wood types, having the brick, having the stone variants is all going to lend itself to kind of the variation that's going to be in this build. So let me, oh boy, this is getting high up here. I better not fall. Higher I go, the more likely I feel like it is that I'm going to fall. Oh, I forgot this is the silk touch shovel. All right, well, we'll just do this again. Yeah, I know I have a second diamond shovel somewhere around here. There it is. All right, attempt number 2. Let's try this. All right, 4 stacks of clay balls. That's a nice little bit. Let's smelt these bad boys up. So besides deep slate, we might want some more granite and diorite. And then I think that's it, honestly. Diorite, granite, and where are we at with, got some leaves. Maybe there's some more in here. Nope. So we might want to grab some more leaves. And then that could be it, honestly. I don't know how much dark oak I'm gonna use. I like got over dark oak. It's weird. All of a sudden I don't want to use it. I'm gonna take that out of there and throw it back in its chest up here. If I get there, I might throw some dark oak elements in, but I'm not gonna have it in the building supplies chest. So then, yeah, let's go get some deep slate. Actually, let me go repair my pickaxe really quick. Then we'll go grab some deep slate and some other stone variants, and we should be all set for this. my pickaxe all repaired up, so let's do some mining and grab some deepslate and maybe get some diamonds too. That would be super cool. Hey, there we go. Grab some of that. Let's see. Come on, give me one more. Oh, there it is. Nice, nice. Ooh, I don't like that. Where are we? Oh, we are right underneath it. We are right underneath it. Ooh, there's some diamonds right there. Ooh, boy. We are starting to get into the area where we are mining directly underneath the ancient city. If I set up a shrieker, I'll just start mining on the other side. This is getting a little hairy. I might need to start sending my mine out in a different direction, like maybe going back this way, because I know it's like not super kosher to do this, but where is it? I am starting to be like directly underneath the ancient city. And then there's also like there's clearly some kind of there's some kind of uh skulk cave there too. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about mining underneath an ancient city like that. That is a little stressful, but we'll keep plugging away. I'm gonna get maybe a few more stacks of deep slate, just because I want to have enough for this and maybe another build down the line. I don't want to have to keep coming down here every time, so I'm gonna try to grab as much as I can and hopefully find some more diamonds. All we found is just those two. Hey, just smashed that one right off the bat, but any more? I don't think so. All right, that's another 2 though. We're up to 4. That's not too bad for a quick little impromptu mining trip. I feel like if I'm fast enough. Oh, no, nope. All right. I thought I could block that off, but I think that's enough deep slate. One thing I am going to grab while I'm down here, though, and I think I saw a good deposit of it in one of my other strips of this mine, is some gravel. Just because I'd love to have a good little supply of that as well. I think it was this one. Maybe. Nope, not that one. It was one of these. I went through like a pretty decent sized patch of it and I was like on top of it. Probably is this the one I just went down? Here's some, yeah. Oops. That's probably plenty. 53. Oh, wait, and another 64. Yeah, that's a good amount. So, cool stuff. All right, we've got our sort of deep slate stuff. So now we just need to get some more minerals, stone variant stuff. I always forget how long this takes. Cool. Night timeout. Let's sleep. There's going to be a whole bunch of mobs out there, I'm sure. Now I'm going to head over to our sort of standard regular cave that we go to. The one thing I think that I don't have in there, like I know there's a lot of diorite in there, but I don't think there's a lot of granite in there. We'll have to look around, but I'm pretty sure I haven't been able to find granite in there in a while. So I might want to go down one of these kind of like noodle caves nearby and see if I can find just like a little patch. I don't think we need a lot. Maybe like a stack will probably do us. Ooh, boy. We may be out of all the minerals in this cave because I don't see any diorite around here. There's like a tiny patch of granite right there. Rather just put my energy into picking up like a big amount. Let's just look over on the other side here. There's definitely some diorite here, so we can pick that up. Although I think we're starting to get down to the last of that pocket. Yeah, that might be the last easily accessible bit of diorite that's in here. And definitely no granite. So let's explore another cave really quick and see if we can't find a little bit more. You know where there's probably a lot of granite, and I hate to say it, and I haven't been back there since the trauma, but it's probably that giant cave over there. And I lit up a good portion of it, so it's probably, there's got to be at least like one pocket that we can get at without being totally massacred. Plus, when we went in there, we had leather and iron armor and all iron gear. I might grab my bow really quick just in case. Let me snag that. All right. Let's give it a go. Granite, 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 granite. More diorite I'm seeing. Oh, Enderman, not messing with that. Dark over there. Oh, come on, I have to have lit up at least one patch of granite. Why is this the hardest ore for me to find? Let me grab whatever coal I see too. Not because we're really running low on it, but I seem to ignore coal when I find it, and it is getting me into a little bit of trouble because I don't have a ton of it. Oh god. Oh god. Well, that kind of took care of that problem. Oh, I think I see granite. Just light up a little bit of the area. Yes. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, that was weird. What is this patch of granite? I'm gonna call it. If I use more than what I have and that, plus that, I'm gonna be pretty surprised. Oh, and one more buddy. Hey, hey! Calm down. Alright. Let me sleep. And then we'll get a sense of what we've got. I mean, we've already got a pretty good sense of it, but... So, diorite, granite. I know I've got more of each of those. Granite, diorite. And then the only other thing I want to grab I just had smelting up is those bricks. Do I want to burn it all? How much do I have? Like some bricks kicking around? I mean, I've got actual brick, like brick blocks. So let's do this, and then let's grab, let's say like 32, like a half stack. Perfect. And then we can hang on to these bricks for decoration stuff, and then we'll combine those stacks. And let's just put down all these odds and ends. Okay. All right. So there is quite a few building supplies in here. I'm feeling pretty good about the colors we have going on, the different sort of variations of similar materials that we've got. We've got our tools to be able to build with. I think we just need to set up our workstation, and I'll kind of outline what's going on here because I've been talking about it for a while and I can finally sort of express it in a way. So this hill right here, I kind of had this cool idea to do like a terraced kind of shop, market, village area. So there's going to be some buildings built into this hill right here, and then there's going to be staircases and pathways that lead behind them into more buildings built into this hill face. And I wanted to do them out of like all different colors and materials, that way they all popped, and they're all going to be relatively small. They're not going to be big structures, but they're all going to sort of work together to make like an overall bigger structure. And it's definitely going to require a little bit of terraforming. We're going to have to flatten this out a little bit and maybe pull some of these hills either forward or back. I think what we're going to have to do is start building the structures and then kind of see how the terrain fits around them. And this very well could go from like here all the way over to like here, I think. And I don't know if we're going to get it all done in one episode. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to set up our area to start kind of having everything in the right area, and then we'll basically go from there. So let me get the all the building supplies set up. All right, so we have our little workstation set up. We've got all our building blocks in one spot. We've got our kind of junk and odds and ends chest. We've got our crafting table, and we've got our stone cutter all ready to go, nice and close by, so we don't have to go running around to grab everything. So now we just need to start getting a sense of what's gonna go where. And it may even behoove us to build out some frames out of just like cobble, so that way we can know, like this house is going to go here and this house is going to be this size and so on and so forth. So let's start playing with some shapes and start kind of messing around with the levels that we have here and see where we end up. Okay, so let me free cam this so that way we can get a better sense of what we're looking at here. So definitely some structures on this hill I think are going to make sense, and then this is sort of the terrace area. I was thinking this could kind of be like a flat walkway area between them and the buildings, and then here I was also thinking structures. So it's going to be kind of 2 layers of structures, and hopefully from down here it's going to look like there's kind of tiers to the levels that are going on there. So I think that'll look great. And yeah, so now let me get some cobblestone out, and I think we said that like this is the farthest edge that we want to go at, and I don't want these to be big structures, and I kind of do want to reserve some space down here for a wheat field, I think, because I think wrapping wheat fields around the area is gonna really kind of fill it out and make it look good. So I don't want to cut too deep into that area. I was thinking maybe the structures could start maybe on this level, I think is a good spot. Oh, I keep trying to fly. I've been playing in a multiplayer world with some of my friends, and we're playing in creative, and I keep thinking I can fly and I can't. And it's a little depressing. All right, so let's see. I'm not going to worry about this dimension too much right now. I'm just going to worry about the widths of it. So 1 2 3 4. Let me sleep. So we got 4 there. Break that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. The thing is that this is going to end up, I mean, it's not going to cut too far into this, so it's probably going to go, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, that's probably good. I think that's a good size. So, and then this was 7, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yep. Okay, perfect. Now let's bring this back 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. And then let's just complete this. So 1 2 3 7 5 6 7. Perfect. And let's just look at what that, I mean, it's a little wonky because we had to build it like into the hill, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but that's kind of the first structure right there. So I think that's good. Now I want all these structures kind of sharing walls, so, and I want them to sort of like, I think I'm gonna set this one back maybe 2 blocks. So the next one's gonna be right here, and let's do 1 2 3 4 5. Whoops, not there. And maybe do 5 by 7, because then that'll line up actually, because this is 9 and 2 plus 7 equals 9, I think. But here's the real question is, do I want them to share walls, or should I make this one wider, like go here and assume that there's going to be a second wall in between? I kind of am partial to doing that, so that way the wall textures don't bleed through, because if we do say like granite on this wall, and then we do terracotta or something on this wall, I want them to be separate. I don't want them to be the same. So let's throw this up, and then we went out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is going to be a little funky because I don't want it to be an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so actually let's get rid of this, and then we'll build back from here. The one thing, I'm sure you probably noticed it once the video rolled over, or the last transition, I kind of messed with some of my audio settings. I've really been trying to figure out how to get my audio to sound a little cleaner and a little bit more professional sounding. It's definitely a labor of love trying to get this to be at the level that I want it to be, and I'm not sure that I even have it dialed in yet. I've watched so many YouTube tutorials on how, like, the optimized, you know, OBS settings for streaming and recording, and I have, you know, tried my best to replicate what these people are talking about, and it's tricky. It's very tricky. It's like a whole science and almost an art too of trying to figure out, you know, what are the best settings. And especially because, you know, you can watch 100 tutorials and get the best settings for, you know, that person's particular microphone and space, but it's gonna completely change based off of your microphone and your space. So it's a little hard to kind of dial it in and get a good sense of what's going to sound good for you and what's going to sound good for, you know, other people. But I'm trying something new, you know, and I'm gonna stick with the settings I have now for the rest of the video, so there's not like another dramatic change. But definitely let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for, you know, videos or people that you watch that know more about OBS settings and audio settings, and maybe if you're doing content creation, how you kind of figured it out. But yeah, so we're gonna try a little bit of a different audio system, and we're gonna see if it works. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that too big? Is that too big? We could do this one sort of opposite. So instead of being longer out than it is, how do I put this? Oh god, I can't fly. So instead of being like 9 by 7, being 9 by 7, that might be worth doing just to kind of shake up the shapes and everything. So okay, I know I just counted this, but let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. I like that that's sort of a little bit off of these. It's not going to be the same like depth. Let's just get these in place. Okay, all right, how we looking? Looking kind of fresh. I mean, it's super awkward because it's just these cobblestone frames, but I think that's all right. This one, because this piece sticks out, I'm okay with this one being a little bit farther out, and maybe we should make this one kind of narrow and long. So all right, so block here for the wall, and then 1, 2, well, I'm not going to count that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably. I think that's good. Okay. Oh my god,
I swear to God, if I try to fly one more time, I'm gonna go crazy. All right. I think we can squeeze in another structure here, and that might be a good place to finish it, because that's 5 structures right there. We can probably get another 5 structures back here. And kind of what's in my head as the potential use for this area is maybe down the road, once we get some trades set up and they sort of are working well, we can move villagers into these houses and have them sort of trapped inside, and we could have like our mending house and our unbreaking house and our fletching house and our cleric house, you know. So I think that could be fun. Obviously for right now they're just going to be aesthetic, and I think the story is that they're, you know, a place for our sort of newcomer to expand out and have, you know, some villager friends, and to start really building up this area as like a livable place, because all the structures he has besides this one are kind of for himself, and the inn actually are kind of for himself though. They're all kind of part of like his base, and to have a little bit more where it could be like lived in by other people, I think is, you know, going to add a little bit more of purpose to the valley. So all right, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then 1 2, oh wait, did I count that wrong because I didn't put the edge in? No, I did, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yeah, okay. So and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. That's actually perfect. Oh, I need more cobblestone. I'm probably gonna need to grab a bunch more for this build. Oh, that's not where it is. There we go. Let's throw that there, and then let's just throw up the, let me just make sure, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Perfect. I know I'm counting these a lot, but I just want to make sure these frames are exactly what I want, so that way I don't even have to like bother with counting again. I can just sort of fire away on building them and not have to stop and like double count and triple count things. So okay, cool. Let's just free cam this and take a look. Let's look down from the top so that way we can get a better sense. I think that's a pretty interesting sort of shape of buildings. I'm super pleased with this one. I might push this guy back like 2 more, just so that way he kind of breaks up this flat edge that's right here, because I don't love that that's all flat in one level. Let me sleep and then we'll play with that. All right, now this was 7, right? 5 by 7. 1 2 4 5 6 7. Oh, you guys are gonna be so sick of me counting. Okay, so 8 9, probably good. Yeah, and it doesn't encroach too much on this level. We can still have like an open area to walk around in, and then have the other buildings that are sticking off of this hillside, not like there's plenty of room for them. So okay, cool. So let's just mine this up so we don't confuse ourselves. Perfect. And let's just take a look at that one more time. Perfect. That's a bunch of really good frames. I think that's a great starting point. So now we just got to start building these bad boys, which is kind of, I don't even know. I mean, I know where to begin, but maybe one thing I should do is, now that I know where I want the builds to go, I can do some terraforming around them. So let's break out our handy dandy shovel. And let's dig this stuff up. Just make it one level on the inside. And once we know what level the inside are all going to be, we can kind of do a little terraforming around the front to kind of just even it all out. Okay, so I dug out the insides of each of these just to get a good sense of, you know, where the floor is going to go and how high some of the walls need to be. Now, I do think most of these are going to be 2 floors, and maybe this one on the end can be 1 floor. This guy's definitely got to be 2 floors. Most of these have to be 2 floors just to kind of match up with this side too, because if we look at, like, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6, that's 6. So kind of laying out the insides of these is going to be kind of interesting. This one's 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. And then this one's 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. And then this one is probably 1 2 3 4 5 5 again. And then lastly, this one is 1 2 3 4. Okay, so that one can probably work. This one can probably work as a single floor. The other reason I want most of these is 2 stories is I kind of thought it would be cool to have entrances on this side that lead you into the first floor, and then entrances on this side to lead you into the second floor. So all these structures could be multi-purpose. There could be, you know, like a shop or something on the bottom and like living quarters up top, and you kind of have to go around to get to them, or like 2 shops and each one has a different entrance. So like, you know, the blacksmith's down there and the potion shop is up here. So that could be really fun. I think that's something worth playing with. But let's get some beams in place. Let's throw down some of this dirt, some of that, and let's grab probably some oak. I've been rocking the strip spruce lately. I think that's what I did on this, but oak is sort of the unifying theme of the valley, and I think it was fun to throw it up there as kind of something different, but I definitely want to keep using oak where I can. So all right, now let's see, 1 2 3 4, and then I should get some scaffolding too. Actually, let me grab some scaffolding. All right, so that was 4 5 6 7 8. Is that gonna work? An excellent question. So 1 2 3 4. I also have to remember that I'm going to terraform. Maybe I should. I see, this is kind of stumping me because I usually work with very flat areas. If you've watched this channel and these videos, I think the only build that I did on sort of a off terrain was the enchanting tower, and even that I kind of flattened an area out and built it up on. So working on these sort of uneven terrain is sort of tricky for me. Trying to get a sense of which level I want this second tier on. I'm thinking probably this level, right? That seems to make the most sense. Yeah. So actually, let me quickly do some terraforming just to get this all 1 level, so that way we know where our second floors are going to line up to. Okay, so I did some rough terraforming just to get that all 1 level, and that definitely helps make a little bit more sense. It was a little hard to sort of rationalize in my head how all that was going to line up with all the different levels that were going on there. So definitely the next set of buildings are going to start around here, and we're definitely it's going to be fun to play with sort of the positioning of them, having some of these set back a little further and then sort of coming forward too. So that's going to be cool. Now this guy, let's see. Okay, so All right, I counted this wrong because I didn't start on the same level as the ground is. So this is only 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Well, let's count the scaffolding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's only 7. So let's go up one more. And that's our 8. Actually, I think we want to be like in here. And then if we're starting our thing here, so 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That look like that matches. Oh yeah, those line up perfectly. Okay, cool. Should have put some scaffolding up on that, but that's fine. And then how's it gonna work for in here? So I'm gonna go there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need to go up 4 on that side. One, 2, 3, 4. And then on this side, I think it's the same as that one. It's going to be 9 technically. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, I didn't put scaffolding down. I keep forgetting to do that. Ow. Okay, that wasn't so bad. All right, so we've got our frame in place. So now, and let's just, this is confusing me. There we go. Okay, now we know what level our floor is on. I guess we can build up. This is so tricky because normally you just kind of fire away on a foundation and you throw it in place, but this is requiring a little bit more thought. So if we're gonna do a stone foundation and it's gonna be 4 blocks high and our floor starts here, it's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where our stone foundation is gonna stop. And I think that kind of lines up with everything. Just make sure. Yeah, because I can get rid of this block here. Okay, so now let's get some stone stuff to fill in the foundation with. All right, so we got our foundation in place. It definitely needs a little bit of cleaning up. You know, I need to bring this beam down one more, or do I? Or should I bring the dirt out one more? Maybe I'll bring the dirt out actually. But there's little spots like that needs to get kind of filled in there. This needs to get knocked out there. But the foundation's definitely in place for this structure, so it's looking good, nice and fresh. I love it. So now wait a minute. Is this right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that is right. I don't know why I'm questioning this so much. I think it's because the foundation looks taller, because I mean technically it is, because you know we're starting from like this block really. Once I wrap the dirt around, it'll look a little bit better, or a little bit more even. So let me get in there. Just knock a door out here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This one, there we go. And let me just fill in the walls in here. All right, so we've got the interior all set. Oops, wait, nope, we don't have the interior all set. Let me just get these last little guys right here. And some cobble. There we go. Actually, I know it's super nitpicky, but there we go. Okay, great. So the foundation's all set. So now we just need to get some blocks up on the top floor. And this is where we really start to get to play a little bit. So let's see. What do we want to do this one out of? Do we do it out of some of the terracotta? Do we do it out of some of the stone variants? Do we do it out of wood? We could do it out of oak, stripped oak logs. I'm gonna stay away from stripped spruce just because it looks so similar to unstripped oak. So why don't we start with the yellow terracotta? That was kind of just a gut call. I don't know why I chose that, but we're going with it. So let's get up here. And I'm not going to do really any texturing on these terracotta walls. I think it'll be good to just sort of have like some of these kind of fun blocks of color. So get this in place. Cool stuff. That looks awesome. Yeah, I can definitely vibe with not having like texture up there. The only thing I would think to do texture with that which why don't we just do a little experiment, is maybe some concrete. But the thing about concrete is it's so saturated, it's such bright colors that sometimes it can sort of overwhelm a color palette. But let's make some concrete and see if we can make it work. Ugh. Oh, that's the powder. Oh, why do I have only powder? Wait, did I not? Oh, there it is. I was like, I could have sworn. I don't know. The thing about texturing is it's got to be like subtle differences. Like if I did that all over this, it would look, I think, a little funky, right? Because then some of the blocks, because it almost looks like the terracotta color, but cleaner. It almost looks like the terracotta's been cleaned. And I don't want it to look like, you know, I don't know. I mean, the other option is, what if we did something like, I don't know. I mean, we could do strips of it. We could also do horizontal strips. I don't know, you know? I'm kind of just partial to the solid terracotta. I think that was a vibe, you know? So let me just replace that now that I've messed that up. Or I didn't mess it up. Tried something else. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the solid terracotta is just like, it's just doing it for me. I mean, it's so bright with the sun shining on it. It's definitely going to look better once I get details on it and everything. So let's get rid of this scaffolding and move it over and get a roof situation going on this. Let me get some stairs and everything. Now the real question is, do we want to go with deep slate and spruce roofs for all of these, or do we want to change it up? I'm kind of partial to the idea of changing it up and doing some different colored roofs. Put down that. Nope. I want to put this down here. Nope, actually. I'm gonna bring this back to my crafting room. I kind of want to look at what's going on color-wise. You know what I wish I had, and I still haven't found, is warped wood, the blue stuff. I'd be so happy to have some of that right now. I guess we could do copper. How much copper do we have? Not a lot. Not a whole lot. Gravel and we'll put the concrete with the sand and gravel stuff, and then let's just put down the flowers. Let's quickly go sleep. I honestly think, looking at the color of that the best color for the roof would be not granite, copper. I think copper would look really good on that roof, but I just don't have enough of it. So why don't I go running around and looking for some copper, and I'll get that smelting, and hopefully we can get enough for a roof. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of copper smelting up for the roof on that guy. So now that we know what we're doing on that, I say let's move on to this guy right here. And I'm just trying to think about how he's going to kind of blend into the landscape here. I kind of like the idea that he's one higher than this one, and that I don't think I actually did that in here, right? Because the floor is on that level. Yeah, I think their floors. Well, wait, no, the floor is on this level. No. So he is one higher. Yeah. Okay, so if we're doing that, let's knock out this one and this block. And then actually I have my oak on me, and we're gonna sleep. And then we're going to jump right into this. Okay, cool. So I think this one, that's as high as I'm going to make it, plus a roof. So, and now the question is, I don't know that I want to do 2 stone foundations next to each other. I kind of wanted to do, because this one's only going to be 1 floor, I'm sort of into the idea of doing it all as one sort of texture, or one material. So what do we got? We could do it out of diorite. That could look kind of cool next to that yellow. Granite. So the thing I'm like anxious about putting red next to yellow is I don't want it to look too much like McDonald's, if that makes any sense. Kind of partial to doing the diorite, because I think that's gonna not look like McDonald's, I guess, is the best way to explain that. So why don't we go with diorite? I think that's the color, the material to go with on this one. Okay. All right. My brain is reeling from it being all one texture, but I think it's okay because it's not as tall as this one, and we're definitely going to do some stuff to break it up, like run a trim along it or something. Do something to kind of break it up, so it doesn't need to be, we don't need to sweat it too much. Let me get a roof shape in place, and I think on this one I kind of want to go with like a lower roof, so I'm just gonna stick one block here in the middle on both sides because I think that's the way it's going to end up working out. And on this one, I'm okay with a spruce and deep slate roof. So let me punch out a door here. Oh, I keep doing that. Oops, shouldn't have put that one back. There we go. Okay, we can get inside. Just light that up a little bit. And actually, let's do the same in here too. Perfect. Oops, I did that stair backwards. My bad, my bad. Let's just quickly switch that around so that way we can get a real sense of what this roof shape's gonna look like. There we go. I think that's a cute little roof shape. Yeah, I like that. I think that's good. Cute. Cute. And we can definitely, I mean, we'll definitely chuck in like a window there and probably like a window there and do some fun trims and everything around it. So cool. I'm realizing the best move right now is just to get all the structures, like the main structures built. Let me check on this copper because I had a whole bunch smelting up here. Let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? All set. All right, so we got our roof in place. I know it looks a little funky right now with the colors, but once that oxidizes up, that's going to look really good. I'm super confident in the way that's going to look. So let's throw the roof on this bad boy, and then we can keep working. Whoops. Then we can start working on these structures here. All right. I mean, I feel like we threw up those two structures really quickly. I think they're super cute. I'm not like in love with the way this one lines up. I didn't want it to be as tall as this one though. I feel like if they're all the same height, it's going to look a little funky. And you know, and I already like the way these kind of go up and down. This structure I'm definitely thinking is going to be taller. Maybe this one's going to be a little shorter, and then this one's also going to be a little taller. I kind of like the idea of them sort of jumping up and down. So why don't we fire away on this one? Okay, so we've got the base and the beams in place for this one. It's going to be an interesting exercise because I don't know if I should try to have these all enter on the same level. There's a part of me that kind of wants them to, because these two are even. they both enter in on the same level. And this one is one lower, right? Yeah, it's one lower. And then this guy's like higher because he's high up on this kind of outcropping. And then this guy could be all the way down here. So I don't know. I think I'll play with it and leave it as is, kind of build it into the terrain, because I think it's more interesting if they're entering in on different levels. Now we just got to think, what are we doing this one out of? So could do it out of brick and granite. I'm kind of into that idea. We also could do it out of just the classic terracotta or the blue. I don't know that we have enough green terracotta to do a full structure, or if we do, it's gonna have to be a smaller one, like maybe this one, because it's, I don't know, it's probably still not enough. Why don't we do it out of the classic terracotta? So let's grab this and let's fill this bad boy in. Okay, we got it all filled in. I do really love the classic terracotta. It's such a nice color. And it's definitely, my eye is getting pulled over to here because it's a very similar color, but I have to keep reminding myself that that's going to oxidize and be a different color. So that's all good. So now let's get a roof in place. And on this one, I think I'm okay with a classic spruce trim and deep slate roof. Beautiful. Look at that guy. Super cute. A little different than everything else. I kind of did like a kind of medieval sort of trim along the top of it. I think that looks cute. I'm happy I did the roof a different direction too. I think that's gonna definitely break up the various roof lines that are going across here. So now we gotta plug away at this one. And this is gonna be kind of an interesting one because it's so long and narrow. I don't know. You know, do we do this one like entirely out of stone? Do you think that would look good if we did it out of all, like, no beams, nothing, just all stone or all something? Like maybe we could do it all out of granite, although we don't really have enough granite for that. We could do it at deep slate, actually. That would look kind of cool. Or stone or some terracotta. I don't know. God, sometimes I wish I was streaming so that way I could ask people's opinions and see what people wanted or what people recommended. I'm kind of partial to doing it all out of stone. I don't know why, but I think that might look good, you know? So, and I'm sort of into the idea of this being a single floor, kind of similar to that one. So let's get some stone stuff. Start building it up. All right, we got the base structure built up. I actually think it looks really good to have it all out of stone. It's, you know, carrying over a consistent element, but making it a little bit more bold and kind of giving it a little bit more presence. So I like that. Oh, I might end up having to like play with some of this terrain, but let's just fill that in. Let's sleep, and then we can start playing with the roof. So on this structure, I was kind of thinking of doing just a single like sloped roof, but I'm trying to think, doesn't really make sense. Well, I guess we could have it going this way, but then it'll intersect with this roof. I think the best way to do it is to have it going this way. I think that makes the most sense. So let me grab some slabs. And now the real question is, do we do this out of deep slate and spruce again? Or do we do this out of something different? Like maybe this is where we can integrate some brick and marble, or not marble. I always do that. Granite. Okay. All right, here, wait. Let me take a look at that. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that looks good with the stone. So let's just fill this in so that way it matches up. And one thing that kind of helps out with too is now this roof line can really cleanly cut off where this structure will connect to this one. So I feel like it's going to make it an easier transition. Oh wait, I already have stone stuff on me. Ooh, okay, good stuff. All right, how we looking? This is looking really fresh. This is like a little funky looking right now, but once we build in this structure next to it, it'll make more sense. I'm thinking this one, I kind of want to go pretty high with it. I'm thinking like 3 stories would probably look good. But so far, I mean, this is like a totally funky, it's exactly what I had in mind, where it's sort of this mishmash of different structures sort of built into each other and on each other sort of. So we could totally stick something off of here, like maybe this side needs a tower. That could be kind of cool. Nothing huge, but just something like that goes just like slightly above the roof line here, just to kind of give it a little bit of height on this side, and then once we bring this up, a little bit of height on that side too. So awesome. I'm so happy with how this is coming out. I'm kind of just freehanding this too. Like there was the plan in place for all these different structures, but there was no sort of idea for like what they would look like or what they were going to be built out of, or how they were all going to mesh together. So I'm just sort of throwing this together as it comes together, you know, and I think it's coming out great. Ooh, I did not light up the inside of here. Let's get some light in here. There we go. And I didn't light up inside of here either. So let's there we go. Now, this last structure, we've done the stone foundation a lot. There's a lot of the stone foundation going on. So I'm wondering if it would be worth building this structure entirely out of wood. I think that might be a nice little break from all the stone going on. That, or if we do a stone foundation, we should do it out of deep slate, just so that way it's like an entirely different color, because it's like stone, diorite, stone, and then something different, you know. Let's change it up a little bit. I kind of am into the idea of a deep slate foundation. I think that might be a cool kind of departure from what we've been doing. If we're doing a deep slate foundation on this, it might be kind of cool to do stripped spruce for the beams. Let's kind of experiment with that. Yeah, I think that'll look good. I do think on the foundation or on the structure itself, I think I want to go a little lighter with the bricks and maybe use more of the cobbled deep slate and kind of have the bricks as sort of like an accent block, just sort of peppered in there. Alrighty, we got the beams in place. I think it's looking really good. I might go even a little higher with it because right now it's 3 floors, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's 12. I counted it like 3 times, so I'm pretty sure it's 12. Well, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, well, it's at least 12, which technically should be 3 floors if each floor is 4 blocks high. So, do we want to go a little high? I mean, it is going to have a roof on it, though, that's going to make it a little taller. So I think that's a good height. I don't want to go any higher than that. And I think the foundation part is just going to be the first 4 blocks like usual. And then I think we'll switch to some kind of wood. Yeah, I think the deep slate foundation was a good call on this one. It just stands out a little bit and makes that structure feel a little different. So I'm into that. Now for the wood component of it, I was actually almost thinking, I know I said when I was first preparing for this build that I didn't want to use it, but I'm almost thinking that dark oak could look really good. I think that might be the way to go. So let me see how much of that we have. Let me get over there. And then if we need more, we do have the tree farm, so we can grab some more. But we might have enough. I think I remember us having at least 2 stacks, I want to say. Yeah, 2 stacks. 3 stacks. Yeah, and I was thinking about just going with stripped logs. I think that'll be the sort of the texture that'll make the most sense. Okay, so we got it mostly built up. I do need some more dark oak. It looks like literally like 2 blocks here and then whatever we need to fill in for the roof. So it's not going to be a lot. I bet I can knock down 1 tree and that'll be plenty. But yeah, I think this looks really good. It's a little different than everything else. I love the variation in textures and colors we've got. I really want this to oxidize, but I feel like with copper, sometimes it's like all or nothing. It'll happen in like a day or it'll take like 2 weeks. It doesn't, you never know. So, all right, I'm going to grab some dark oak wood and we'll keep firing away on this. Just want to look at like the various roof lines we have. So we have 2 traditional roofs, 2 non-traditional roofs. I'm wondering if on this one we should go a little more non-traditional again. I don't want to make it too tall. It's already like the tallest structure and I don't want to block the structures. I mean, already you're going to be just getting like a peek of what's going on behind them. So I don't want to go too much taller with the roof on this one. I almost wonder if maybe a flat roof on this guy could look interesting. I don't know, you know. I just gotta think it through a little bit. I guess we could go for another roof structure like this one. Yeah, actually, I think that's probably a good call to do that roof structure. So let me get some, whoa, my God. Let me get some trim material. Now the real question, again, as the question keeps coming up on this build, is what do we do the roof trim out of? We could do it out of deep slate and then do like a wood roof. That could look kind of interesting. But we don't really, I'm trying to think of like another wood type, especially one that would go well with this. God, I wish we had like a green wood. I feel like a green wood would look really good up there, but that's not really an option. Let me throw down this dark oak that I apparently gathered for no reason because I don't want to make a taller roof on this. You know what? I think, you know what? Let's just go with this roof shape and then let's do let's just do our classic deep slate and spruce. I think having that continue out because we've got a different roof, a spruce roof, a different roof, or a spruce roof, a different roof, and then another spruce roof. I think that's okay. I think that's enough variation that it's not going to feel like we're overwhelming it with one color. How does that look? What are we looking at here? Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. I'm almost wondering. Okay, so bear with me here. Spruce trim, but a stone roof. So like andesite and cobble and everything. That could look really cool. So why don't we do that instead? Especially because we already have deep slate on this build. I don't want to overdo the deep slate. All right, how we looking? Oh, that looks great. Yep, that's perfect. That's it. It kind of brightens up the build a little bit by having a lighter tone to it. So fantastic. All right. So I don't want to get too much farther in terms of building structures. Like I could start the second tier right now, but I kind of want to get these fully fleshed out first, and then we can start working on the second tier. So I think the next step is to start working on like details and getting things sort of sorted. So, all right, let's put down this stuff and then let's start thinking. Let's start thinking about sort of details and everything. The best thing to do would probably be to lay down some flooring in some of these. God, I wish you could cut wood on a stone cutter. I know that doesn't make any sense, but all right, so windows up here. Probably want to punch one out here, one here, and then maybe another two on this wall. So let's see, where does it make sense? Probably like right here and right here. And that's all we can do for windows on the top floor, right? Yeah, we can punch out a door. Well, it's gonna be tricky to get a door on this side because I just put the staircase there. So let's just do windows. We don't need a door on every side. Nice. Nice and bright. Can we get windows on this floor? We could get some windows on this floor as well. Although there's a part of me that wants to do an overhang here. Although that is going to require a little bit of terraforming. But I think, like, you know what we can do is let's punch out like one window here. And then I think we're good for windows and doors on this guy. So now for this guy, oh, you know what we need to finish up in there actually is a ceiling. Cool. All right, that one's all set. On this one, I was almost thinking spruce would be a better, like, we should change up the wood types just slightly so that way it's not all oak on the inside of all these. We're gonna have to start using this second chest because things are getting a little hairy. I almost wonder too if to conserve space on this one we should do a ladder setup. This one's also pretty short. So, maybe we can do like on one side, like a loft area. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That will still leave us enough room, or we could do it here. I think that makes a little more sense. So let's throw like a little loft in. Yeah, I think that's good. And then let's get up there. And I think a window here probably makes the most sense. Just wanted to get those blocks. And let's throw in a ceiling. Perfect. And then I think this one can have a window on this side, right? We could, let's do it from the inside because it'll make the most sense. Like one right here, probably. And then maybe one up top too. Gonna have to be on the same level. Like, what if we carved one out here? We could put a door there, actually. We could put a door here. Yeah, let's do that. That's kind of cool. Cool. All right. Now for this one. Probably want to switch back to oak. Maybe just one window on this side and a few windows on this side. Like maybe we punch out 3. And then on this side, what does it look like? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do it here. And then probably a window like there. Cool. Oh, all the windows are like really making this come to life. It feels so much better than just these blank, you know, buildings. I like the 3 windows on this one too. It might seem like a lot, but I think it's gonna lend itself to kind of breaking things up a little bit, and then having the 1 window there, and then we could even get a window in right here, I think. Yeah, perfect. And we could get a window in on this side too, like right here. Cool. Cool, I'm into it. Now, this is another tricky one because it's so small and it's so narrow, and there's basically no place to put a window because, I mean, we could get one in there and we really should. So let's throw that in up there, like right here. And then there really isn't anywhere else to get a window in on this guy. Here, let me eat. We could squeeze in a door right here. And have like a another sort of loft situation. And I think I want to do spruce on this one. Just keep changing it up. Yeah, that might be the best we can do with that little guy. And then this one, our beast. Yeah. There's a lot that can be done with this guy. So let me switch back to regular oak. Oh, and you know what I just realized too? I didn't ever put a ceiling in that one. So let's get that going. Probably a window right about here. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to do another window there. And then up here, well, let's throw in another staircase. Can I still get down this? No, I can't. Huh. Maybe for up here to get up to the attic, you need to go up a ladder. Then window. Window. Door, maybe? Door. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And we can do actually do that. Or actually, wait. Otherwise the door is not going to be lined up correctly. That. There we go. And I'm gonna leave the ceiling on this open to the roof because I want it to feel like it's like an attic space, you know?
and it's kind of unfinished. Oh, this is feeling so lively. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. What does it look like from far away? Oh my god, that's so cool. I love it. We really could, and I'm not adept at this at all, but we really could chuck in some like diagonal builds, you know, like along this. I really struggle with that, so that is not a project for today. That, or we could just kind of like turn it 90 degrees and kind of go out and step it back each one, like have one here, then go back a few blocks, have another here, then go back a few blocks and give another here. So there's some options there, but we're looking really good, really fresh. There are some little bits I want to get rid of, like this, and then I noticed it right here and right here. Okay, that terrain feels a little bit less chaotic around the front, but it's still varied enough that it doesn't feel like everything's on the same level, which is super cool. I'm into it. All right, I mean, let's get some glass in these windows. I was thinking about switching back and forth between some white stained glass and some just regular clear glass. So where do I have glass? Do I have glass in the storage room? Let me double check. Okay, so for this guy, because he feels a little bit more industrial or rustic, I'm gonna throw some fences in. I think that sort of does it for that one. Maybe on this one too. Well, I don't know. Let's do this one. I'm thinking white stained glass for this guy. And then I was thinking about possibly trap doors for this guy. Yeah, when the light hits them, it's better. Yeah. I'm good with that. I wish there were terracotta stairs. I really do, because that could kind of change up that roof shape. Not roof shape, the window shapes a little bit. I think for this guy, I am sort of feeling some spruce fencing. Or maybe some oak fencing, actually. Yeah, oak fencing would look good in that guy. And then this guy, I'm thinking regular glass. And some oak doors. That looks so cute. I love that so much. And a little bit of spruce door action on this guy. A little bit of oak door action on this guy. Thinking another oak door on this. And then a spruce door on this. Oh my god, this is coming together so nicely. Yes, I absolutely love it. Yeah, this is great. I almost wonder if it... I mean, I do really want to put in a second tier. There's a part of me that wonders if I should build up a little bit. I just also want to be careful about blocking the apiary.
because already this is kind of, you know, it's changed the visual landscape of this, of looking up at it. Like from here, it kind of just pokes through, and if you go back, if you're like over here, you get the full picture, you know. But if I build up too much behind it, there's almost a part of me that thinks I should just kind of call it here, and if it calls for another structure or another set of structures back here, we could do that. We could also throw in like a retaining wall, this like kind of here, and expand out this area and put like a garden or something, like a botanical kind of area that would sort of tie in with the whole apiary thing. I don't know, you know, my plan for this episode was to get this first set of buildings done. If I felt like I, you know, didn't or hadn't filmed enough, I might have started in on the second set, but I don't want to start in on the second set and then end up, you know, not being able to complete it to the level I want, or feeling like it's kind of dragging on in some way. Door there too. Did I get all the doors up here? I did not. Sorry. Whoops. Door. Door. Oh, and I didn't get windows on this side. All right, that's all our windows. That's all our doors. Yeah. Yep, we're feeling good. Feeling fresh. All right, now we can start detailing. Yes, everybody's favorite part of every episode, some details. Put down this glass. Let's put down the doors. Let's grab out some stairs and some slabs. Got fences of both types. Let's make some deep slate tile walls, because I love a set of deep slate tile walls. Probably like 30 or so. 28 feels right. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, let's mirror what we did on this side on this side. Could we get a door in there? I don't want, no. That's weird. I don't want a door there. Something's gonna have to go here. We could just do like a little storage pile there. All right, now these windows, this guy, it might be, I mean, it could be super simple. Perfect, perfect. I don't even know what this window could get. I mean, here, let's get a sense of where this staircase is gonna line up. Maybe let's put the staircase in. I know that's a radical concept, but it's just so that way we know where it's gonna go. Okay, perfect. So we know where the staircase is going. I really think this guy is pretty much just as simple as the other one. I think that's good. Yeah, I think these two buildings are all set on details. Obviously, again, we need like a storage pile back here to sort of fill that space in, so that way it's not so awkward. But I don't want to go overboard on this guy just because he's so small. There's really not, I just don't want to go overboard. So I think we're good there. I mean, it's a lot. Like, it's not simple. It's pretty busy, but I think it works for that space and kind of the structure of those windows all lined up like that. Oh, that's cute. Looking up there and seeing the two awnings like that, that's super cute. I like that. And then this one, he's gonna be kind of tricky to get to. Yeah, I should use some dirt. I think this is another super simple situation. Or maybe we do a little bit more with it. Is that enough? I think that might be enough. Well, I mean, my inclination is to overcomplicate it. I love how I was like, I really overcomplicate windows. I make them too busy. And on this build, I went ham. I think that looks good though. I think that's cute. Oh my god, it's raining again. I swear, I feel like it's rained every single day of this playthrough. Probably something like that. And then like that and that. You know what? Let's just go for it. This build's already busy enough. It's already got so much going on for it. Okay. Whoa, that's a thunderstorm. Let's not mess with that. Oh god, I'm so far away from my bed. Oh my god, this is looking so good. Holy crud. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh. You better not be one of my villagers. Ow. Let me just double check and make sure my villagers are okay. All right, they all look okay. I don't see any panic going on in here. Okay. All right. This is I love it. I love the way this is coming out. Now for this guy. What does he need? What does he need? Thinking oak on this guy. There's been an Enderman just doing, you know, the Enderman noise that like walk like I keep hearing him. I'm sure you're hearing him in the recording too. I don't know what he's doing or where he is, but he keeps making noise and it's bothering me. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Yep. And that's honestly, I think, all we can do on that build. Because, I mean, we go around back. I mean, there is a door back here. But there's really no room to squeeze anything else in. That door, I think, just needs to be a door. I don't think there's anything else to be done on that. Cool. All right. Alrighty. I think that's good. I chucked in just like a little something up here because this bottom part doesn't really need it because it's got this shelf here. And I think if we put something there, it would be a little bit too much in one area. But right here, there's just so much open space that kind of helps balance that out. So I'm feeling good about that. I think that's great. Yep. I think it works because here it's like 2 over and here it's 2 up. So it's not the same thing being repeated, really. It's something different. Oh my God. I am so happy with how this is turning out. And it totally fits the vibe of my valley, you know? There's elements that are sort of a departure, like the copper roof and the terracotta, but then like all the stone foundations, the oak beams, the spruce trims and deepslate. I think I'm into this. I'm loving this. So I think the last thing we've got to do, and we might be looking good on finishing up this build, is, let's get up here, are these 2 windows. And here I think I can live with one of these again. Let's just expand out this dirt a little bit to kind of fill it in. There we go. Did I do spruce on the bottom over there? I did, but it was on deepslate. And I feel like spruce on dark oak kind of blends in a little bit. Oh no. Oh no. We don't have any more oak fences. All right, let me grab some. Gosh, I mean, what more can be done, right? Maybe, you know what might look good? I barely ever do this, and I really got to start chucking some around on some of my builds. How about a few chimneys? Like maybe a chimney coming off of this one and a chimney coming off of this one. I think that could look really nice. So let's get some chimneys going. I'm gonna grab some campfires first. Holy crap, my inventory is terrifying. I just need some trapdoors. I might need some more trapdoors and some campfires. Let me grab some campfires. Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. I am so happy. Again, this was an idea, but there was no real plan, you know. It just sort of evolved as I was doing it. And I love that I worked with the terrain, that some enter in on different levels, that there's all sorts of variations of sizes and orientations, that we've got this one going that way and that one going this way. And there's a lot of variations in height. We have a 3-story, we have like a 1.5, a 2-story, a kind of 1-story, and then another 2-story. It just feels so lively and built up. And I mean, it definitely adds something to the valley. Like
now look at the way this is starting to be. I mean, we're wrapping things around. We're really getting a sense of everything kind of coming all the way around the valley. Now a build here will really fill it out, and getting a wheat field in here, which I might just go ahead and do right now. Oh boy, I got real excited there. I thought I could just walk off into space. I might just play around with throwing in a wheat field right now, just because, I mean, I think it is going to add something. The question is, where do I put it? I wanted it sort of in between here, but now there's a part of me that almost wants to leave this open, so that way we can like run a path and maybe have something set up with like carts and market stalls and sort of like a whole village area. And so my inclination is to maybe throw it in like right here. I think that could be a good spot for it. I'm trying to rationalize. I think I do want to build this layer out and sort of fill it in and kind of just wrap it up here. So I got to grab some dirt, although I think I do have a decent amount of dirt on me, so I can kind of just start truck. Yeah, we've got plenty of dirt. Oh my god, this inventory. I'm just gonna throw it all down. I can't right now with it. Just get all this down. Terraforming is all set. Yeah, I love the idea of kind of from like here to here doing a wheat field. Although I do want to be careful, because the more I think about it, more buildings along here would be kind of cool. So maybe I'll cut it like here, so that way there's enough room for like a walkway. And then I'm trying to think about pathing. We could have it be that you have to come along here and then the path goes this way and goes through the wheat field. That could be kind of cool. I think for the time being, I'm just gonna make the whole wheat field, and then excuse me, and then we'll cut the path out of it when we get to pathing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a wheat field going. I seem to remember me having a lot of seeds. Let me double check though. I grabbed way too much dirt, but I'm gonna check over here. I'm pretty sure I was throwing them down. I mean, that's probably enough seeds. I might have more. I've been composting them a lot, which I gotta stop doing because I gotta build up my seed supply for sort of building purposes. Oh, okay. We do not have a lot of seeds, but we'll make it work. I think we can do it. I could also harvest the wheat field right now, and although I did at the beginning of this episode, I think, so it might not be fully regrown. Let's double check. Is it fully grown? I think it is, actually. Okay. I mean, there's no problem with having a little extra wheat too. So why don't I grab a little extra wheat, and then we'll be able to do some hay bales and stuff. All right. Hey, it's a big field. I love it. No, it looks great. I'm happy with the shape. I think it's got, you know, a good round shape to it. It's not this regular, you know, square shape. I think I did a pretty good job with the distribution of hydration too. You know, I think, I don't know. I'm proud of myself for getting that kind of right. I mean, though, there's one awkward spot in the middle here where there was like 3 blocks and I had to hydrate those because they weren't going to get hydrated. But all right. Ooh, got a few more seeds in here. That's good stuff. Let's put down the hay bales and a little bit of extra dirt. And then I'm going to just load up. Oh, let's throw down the scaffolding too. And I'm just going to load up on some seeds. Just go ham. The wheat field is officially planted. Look at that. That looks really fresh. I'm liking that. It's going to look so good once it's all grown in too.
I'm partial to doing a stone wall around it. I know, but it needs it, kind of. I think so. Maybe not around this side, but definitely like along here with like a break for the path to go through. If we run a path through, if we could run a path along here and there, so that way, you know, the wheat field can kind of be uninterrupted. I mean, I'm of two different schools of thought, which is it would be nice to have a path running through a wheat field because that would look cool, but it's also really nice to have this huge patch of wheat that's just gonna look really good. So what is that? Oh, that's just like a lighting glitch. So yeah, so why don't I crank out a stone wall and just kind of wrap it from like here around here and to there, and then I think the wheat field will look pretty good. Now the question is, I cannot remember what I made the stone walls out of. I think it's andesite, cobble, and mossy cobble, and I may not have enough of andesite or cobbled. Well, no, I probably have enough cobble and mossy cobble, but I might not have enough andesite. Yeah, andesite, mossy cobble, and cobble with like spruce fences and leaves. So let me see if I have any extra andesite kicking around. First, let's put down the rest of these seeds. That did not take as many seeds as I thought it would. Stone variants. Oh, well, no, never mind. We have a ton of andesite. We're good. Grab that. Let's grab that. And let's grab a little extra cobble and a little extra mossy cobble. Okay, so that's the base of the wall. I need, like, when I put this bit in, it needed something on this side, and I couldn't just leave it. I wanted to wrap it around a little bit, and then I think, I don't know, there's a part of me that wants to throw a little bit right here too, but we're getting a little close to these builds now. Let's throw it in. Can always get rid of it if it doesn't work. I mean, for the sake of giving it a full kind of wraparound, I think that's pretty good. And I know we're a little close to these builds, but there's a part of me that's okay with that. I mean, we still have what is this, like I mean, at its narrowest point, probably like right here, it's like 1 2 3 4 blocks wide, so that's plenty of room to get a path through. So I'm not too worried about that. I think that's fine. So let's build this up and then get some decorations and stuff on it, and then we could be looking good for, you know, today's episode and the builds that we're getting done today. So we've got the main structure of the stone walls in place. I'm really pleased with the way it, in some areas, kind of spills over, and I think it looks so cool. Kind of the idea of, you know, maybe one day this was like a super clean and smooth wall, but as time went on, it sort of crumbled and is like rolled down the hill a little bit. And then there's just a little bit of detail here and a little bit of detail here. So we're looking good for that. Now I just need to get some fences and some leaves, and I just realized now too that I never put any leaves around these builds, so we're going to definitely get some of those in place before the episode's over. All right, I mean, it looks great. It's right on theme with the way we've done all these stone walls around, so Feeling super good about it. The only area that feels a little sparse to me, but I kind of had to leave it that way, is right here, because I don't want to put any leaves coming off of this and block this walkway anymore, because now with the stairs there and everything, it's even smaller. So I think that's about as big as it's gonna get, and we can still run a path through this. I mean, I'm not offended by that idea at all. So that's something that's possible. Of course it's raining again. Why would it not be? Let's throw some quick leaves around this. So just a few there, maybe a few here, a little bit right there. Got to get them in this thing like we planned on doing. Maybe just a little bunch right there. No, right there. A little bit right there. A little bit right here. And then do we want them anywhere up top? I mean, we could get some... I don't know. I don't know how overgrown I want this area to look, you know? I don't know that I really want it growing around or up any of the buildings. I like them growing around because, I mean, obviously they look like little bushes. So that's a nice little added, you know, detail element. Maybe just a few around back. So let's get up there and get some leaves up here. Oh yeah, we never made our little storage pile. That might have to be like a detailing day thing. Little pile right there. Pile right there. Pile right there. Maybe... Perfect. All right, we got some leaves around, and I know I keep saying like one more thing, but the last thing that I do want to get on here is some lanterns. So let me grab some. I know I've got a whole bunch already made. We got some lanterns up. I think it's adding a bunch of life and light to this, so it feels really lived in. I mean, I think we're good, you know? Let's just do... I mean, we've got the wheat field. That adds so much to this area. It's so nice. Definitely like another one maybe around here would really do us well and kind of fill this area out a little bit. This looks so cute though. I'm so happy with it. All the different shapes and textures and colors I think are really working well together. I cannot wait for this roof to be fully oxidized because it's going to contrast with the yellow so nice. So I may hang around in the world for a little bit and let this wheat field grow and see if I can't get that to oxidize a little faster. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments. Does cut copper not oxidize as fast as regular copper? Like, should I have thrown down the copper blocks and let them oxidize first and then cut it? Definitely let me know in the comments, because if that's the way it goes, then I'll definitely do that again in the future. But, you know, we've got stuff going on the back too, some separate entrances, some little details here and there, and I do think there's something going on here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with the idea of a retaining wall and like a garden or more structures built into the hill. Again, I don't want to block anything, you know. If we build structures that start at that level, like, you're not gonna really be able to see them, so it might not behoove us to do another layer of structures. I think this alone adds so much to this side of the valley. It's not just this blank hill anymore. There's this whole like added bit of life to it, and then the wheat field just really kind of spruces things up. So yeah, I'm feeling super good about this. thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, for watching as we kind of mess around with some colors and palettes while we do some adventuring to find some new biomes. I think this was a super productive episode. We got a lot done, and I am so excited to see what else is in store for us. Definitely let me know in the comments your favorite part, what you might do differently. I love engaging with you guys and, you know, getting your feedback on, you know, my builds and my style and what could be improved upon. I'm never afraid to edit and change if needed. And yeah, definitely also consider subscribing if you haven't. If you've watched this far into the video, I'm hoping that you like my content and you're enjoying what I'm creating. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really helps out, shows me that people are enjoying what I'm making, and yeah, it just supports the channel a lot. So all right, thank you again, guys, and I will see you in the next one.